of a flutter. I know it's still much too early to get excited, but I can't help myself. I hurry over to the arrival screens. How long do I have to wait? Liverpool, Brussels, Washington, Cork, Southampton, none of those. Boston, Barcelona, Heathrow. Ah, yes. The tendrils of the British Empire being so strong and persistent, a flight from India would have to come to Dublin via London. There's plenty of time before it lands to settle myself with a nice cup of tea. Good morning, ma'am. The young man smiles. How are you today? You have to admit these Eastern European workers are often much more respectful of their elders than the Irish. He makes a good cup of tea with freshly boiled water. I take my cup over to the arrivals area. There's no point in watching the doors. The Heathrow flight has yet to land, so I watch the people, trying to guess their stories. Some are easy. The mother and small children are waiting for a husband and father. The thin young man waiting for his thin young woman. 3 giggly girls waiting for a fourth. There's a woman around my age in a red coat sitting 2 rows in front of me. I wonder, is she waiting for her son too? Maybe he's been away for a holiday. Or is it a longer trip? Maybe he'll bring his wife and children. She's absorbed with the Irish Times and doesn't seem at all concerned. On the screen it says the Heathrow flight has landed. It can take half an hour to unload the luggage, maybe longer, so I slip into the ladies to freshen up. I want to look my best when Gregory arrives. It wouldn't do to look dishevelled, as if I can't take care of myself. I get a seat in the front row. I calculate I have only 15 minutes to wait. 2 handsome pilots stroll through, looking as if they own the world. Then a jostling flow of businessmen and women with classy suits, fancy leather briefcases and mobile phones stuck to their ears. They'll be the first ones off, the ones with no baggage. I start studying the faces. Maybe Gregory has grown a beard. He's certain to be suntanned. We can stop for fish and chips on the way home, although maybe he'll be so tired after his marathon flight he'd just want to go straight to bed. I won't mind. There'll be plenty of time later to hear about his travels. It'll be nice to have someone to look after, to talk to about my own little triumphs and concerns. Though I won't talk about myself straight away. The poor boy will need some room to readjust to Irish time. There's a young man coming through on his own. As I'm heaving myself up to greet him, he walks straight past me to the woman in the red coat. They hug briefly, and I see he's much too tall to be my Gregory. What was I thinking? I sit down again and smooth my skirt. 5 small girls stream out of the arrivals door in order of height. They run to a grey-haired couple, climbing under barriers, scooting around trolleys to be the first to hug them. The younger ones are carried away with the moment then. As they reach their beaming grandparents, they come over all shy. I'm tearing up, which is silly. But families, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Another slim man in tight jeans comes through. He's the right height, but his hair is ginger. He greets another young man with a great bear hug. They must be brothers, though I can't see the resemblance. You can usually tell by their noses and chins. When Gregory left, his hair was tied back in a ponytail. There's a colourful group of very black African ladies looking delighted to be here. Then another young man comes out, hurrying towards the taxis. He has a row of earrings all the way up his ear and a piercing in his eyebrow. I try to catch him before he leaves. I get all the way outside before I realise it's someone else's son, not my Gregory. Not to worry. Plenty of time left. There's a lull, and the heat gets to me. I doze off. I've missed my usual nap. When I wake up, it takes me a while to work out where I am. I can't believe I'm here, that this day has finally come. I'm so lucky. I visit the ladies again, and when I come back, people are pouring off a package flight from somewhere hot. Lots of overtired kids and sunburnt parents. From the screen, I'd guess the Canaries. We used to go to Wicklow every year for our holidays, to Bertie's home place. Gregory loved it. He spent hours on the beach digging and making designs with shells. The headline on someone's newspaper catches my eye. Bangkok airport is shut to commercial airlines again. Could he be coming through there? Someone taps me on my shoulder and I turn around and see a tall, smiling lady. "Stella," she says, "I thought it was you. Are you all right?" Her face is familiar, but I can't quite place her. "I'm waiting for my son. He's coming back from India today." "Oh, I see. What time are you expecting him?" She is looking me up and down, quite rudely, I think. "I'm not quite sure. Soon." I wonder whether I should mention Bangkok. "I just have to make a quick call, then I'll wait with you, okay?" She goes off towards the juice bar, tapping into her mobile phone. Liverpool, Riga, Malaga. I spot a few possibilities, but always at the last moment they turn out to be someone else. But there's always another flight. Perhaps Gregory is coming via Amsterdam or Frankfurt. Perhaps his connecting flight was delayed in Dubai. What will he be wearing? A business suit? No. And probably not the brown flight jacket he left in either. That will be long gone, hardly appropriate for India with the heat and the sacred cows. I watch what seems like a whole plane load of men about his age, all different shapes and sizes, but none of them is my Gregory. There's a girl with pink spiky hair meeting an old man, must be her dad. The familiar lady comes back and starts talking about her daughter. "I'm off to visit my Laura soon," she says. "She's living in Birmingham now, did I tell you?" Her name is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't dislodge it. Should I know her daughter, too? Is she an old neighbour of mine? Is she from Gregory's school? Does she work in the opticians, perhaps? I tell her about Gregory's Irish bar in Bombay and show her the postcard he sent me of the Taj Mahal. "I'll be seeing you very soon. Don't worry about me. I was thinking about coming home for your birthday." She turns it over and over in her hands, distracting me from watching the arrivals. What if he comes in now and I miss him? I take the postcard away before she damages it. The familiar lady is still talking to me. How old would Gregory be now? What year was he born? But I can't think about that. I don't like to start the day without my slice of toast, but I'm getting all mixed up. Did the milkman come at all this morning? I'm trying to remember what my fridge looks like, I say, but I can only think of a huge silver one full of sliced ham and yogurts. That can't be mine. I don't like yogurt. That's the fridge at the Laurels, dear. My fridge is cream-coloured, I think. Bertie bought it for me before he passed on. My kitchen wallpaper has little pink flowers, but what does my fridge look like? Gregory will be annoyed with me for getting all confused. I find myself crying. She pats me on the shoulder and gives me a tissue. "Are you ready to go home yet, Stella?" she says in a kind voice. "No," I say, jumping up to look at the screens again. "There's another London flight due any minute." "All right," she says. "Whenever you're ready. The longer we're here, the less there is for me to do when we get back." She sees my hands are trembling. What am I thinking? "Do you have your pills with you?" She grabs my handbag and searches through it. "No, and I'm sure you haven't eaten. You need to mind yourself, Stella. You'll get yourself into a state if you're not careful. I'll go and get you a nice ham sandwich and then we'd better get you home. Have you any money?" She opens my purse and takes a €50 note. This seems very presumptive, but she bustles off before I can say anything. I'm not that hungry, but she seems to like doing something useful. I should know who she is. The arrivals area is filling up again. Some big transatlantic flights are due, but Gregory won't be on any of those. Did he come through when I was talking to the familiar lady? Did I miss him after all this time? Oh, terrible. What must he think of me, his own mother not being there to meet him? I stand up. There's no time to lose. He'll have gone straight home to the house. I hurry outside. I don't want him left standing on the doorstep. Would he remember where we keep the spare key after all this time? I've somehow come out with only a few coins in my purse, not enough for a taxi. Did I forget my pension? I'll have to get a bus into town and the 66 out. Thank goodness for the bus pass. There's a bus pulling up and I get on. "All right, love," the driver says. "Did you have a good trip?" "Oh, yes, but I have to go home now."